very much, Director General Harry Thomas. I appreciate your leadership and words today, and it's always a pleasure to be with so many members of the State Department family. We're joined by career ambassadors, retired officers returning to state after decades of distinguished service, young diplomats and civil servants just beginning their careers, and all of you who care deeply about our country and who have served it, are serving it, and know what a difference that can make. I want to thank Jack Lew and Bill Burns. It is a pleasure working with both of them. And I am delighted that we are going to have an opportunity in just a few minutes to come with another award for Foreign Service professionals that will be both named for and given to Ryan Crocker. And I'm delighted that Ryan Crocker and Christine Crocker are here with us. We have a message from the President on this May 1st that sends warmest greetings and thanks you all for your years of service to build a better, more democratic, secure, and prosperous world for the American people and the international community. And we're delighted that we have such strong support from President Obama for the mission of the State Department. I think that those of you here may feel that your years of service were more of a calling than a job. Certainly, as I travel around the world and meet many of you, both currently serving and retired, that is the impression that I get from you. This is my 100th day serving as Secretary of State, and I know that there are many people who have been here 1,000 days, 5,000 days, 10,000 days. But no matter how long we have been here, we're all working toward the same future of greater stability, prosperity, and opportunity. I see our work as really based on principled and pragmatic partnerships. Bill Burns referenced how we are trying to tend, once again, a lot of the important relationships that we have in the world while we reach out and deal with the crises and the opportunities. And let me just give you a brief snapshot. We've reinforced our relationships with key allies and historic partners in Europe and Asia. We've engaged emerging nations and pivotal regional actors on issues of common concern, from climate change and energy to democracy and good governance, and regional and global security. We know very well that the work we've done so far to strengthen our relationships throughout this hemisphere and around the world are just a beginning. We don't have any illusions about how challenging the environment is that we are navigating. But we are encouraged by the positive responses that we have received to date. As I have traveled on behalf of our country, we have been heartened by the positive outreach that many who had either withdrawn or become somewhat adversarial are willing to evidence. And we've worked closely with the White House and the Defense Department on strategic reviews of Afghanistan and Pakistan, of Iraq. We're trying to chart the best course forward in the Middle East and to deal with the difficulties presented by Iran. I testified yesterday with Secretary Gates, who is quite passionate about increasing the resources for diplomacy and development. And I was delighted to sit beside him while he made that case for us. Now, there's a difference between making a case and getting the money. But, better that the case be made than not. And I know that Secretary Gates is going to be a great partner with us. I was just in Baghdad this last weekend. Chris Hill got there, about 18 hours before me, having finally been confirmed. And I was struck as I met with the leaders there, how committed they are to seeing this through. Something that owes a great deal to the partnership that Ambassador Crocker has had with both General Petraeus and General Auditorium. But again, we have no illusions about what a long and difficult road lies ahead. We have worked to reset our relationship, even though we didn't spell reset right in Russian. We have actually thought back on that as a moment of levity, which may well have increased their willingness to cooperate with us. We are working hard on our comprehensive relationship with China. In fact, as we speak, we have several of our people from the State Department and Treasury in China defining the parameters of the new strategic and economic dialogues that we will begin with China. I had thought and was pleased that others in the administration agreed that our relationship had become much too economy-centric, and there is a range of issues to discuss with the Chinese, and that's what we intend to do. We are also proceeding on a lot of the transnational problems. Just on Monday last, we hosted the Major Economies Forum as part of an effort to get set up and ready for Copenhagen. This administration is committed to addressing climate change, and we know, again, that it will be difficult, both domestically and internationally, but we intend to give it our very best efforts. We've also increased attention for urgent issues like food security. It transcends borders and spans oceans, affecting people on every continent. And we think we have an opportunity to lead and recast what we do on food security. The United States led the Green Revolution in the 20th century, starting in the 50s and 60s, and we had a great accomplishment. Now we see our aid decreasing for the support of farmers and sustainable agriculture, while we are remaining the world's largest donor for emergency food crises. We want to begin to put the emphasis back on agricultural productivity and helping people be able to irrigate and fertilize and produce their crops again. We think that our approach to a lot of these issues is really focused on an understanding that one size does not fit all. Countries may be in the same hemisphere, they may be next door to one another, but you know better than anyone that culturally, historically, demographically, and in so many other ways, they are not to be lumped together. So we have worked very hard to create a review of our diplomatic challenges in these kinds of principled, pragmatic partnerships by starting with the basics, where we are and what we hope to achieve through our work on behalf of our country. That is the idea at the core of Smart Power, using all the tools in our toolbox to craft efficient and effective strategies for the challenges that we face, whether it is pandemic disease, as we are currently coping with today, terrorism, or trafficking in drugs and humans. But it's also important that we expand our connections beyond government to government. I've encouraged our Foreign Service and Civil Service professionals to think of new ways to connect with people, with NGOs, with businesses,